This is how many people recognize this song? Our house, right? They've written songs about houses because it's such a critical component of our culture and our planet. So with that, shout out again to Steve. Thank you, buddy. You're awesome. Now, I've gotten to know his wife, Emily. She's the guru behind the scenes that helps make these loans get done, right? The important part, and I ran into this problem as somebody, career shift, not really changed to the marketing, got the license, and I've got a lot of people that know me, and I started getting loans done. I'm like, we gotta get these loans done. I said, Emily, Steve, can you guys help me? I need to get these loans done. A lot of times, though, you end up in a situation, we talked about, come on up here, Emily, where there is a time where the house, there's an issue, right? And there's a disagreement. Tom talked about that. We know it's 50% of our culture ends up that way. We've got an expert who's in the building now. He's going to talk about hopefully how we can circumvent that many times, and he's got a great solution. He's a great counselor for that. But many times it cannot be solved. And there's a big piece of equity there, a big piece of real estate, a big piece of your financial future that's got to be distributed accordingly. And if you mess this up, you might end up with nobody ends up with anything. You lose a house in the process. There are all kinds of scenarios with that. But you can be what's called, and I'm looking at my TV over there. I didn't put it on the wall there, but it's a CDLP. She is a CDLP. That's a Certified Divorce Loan Professional. And that's literally a designation. She has to pass an exam and take a bunch of, and to get certified. I mean, that's more valuable than college education these times because that's kind of like a very broad spectrum, but she's got to narrow down specific niche for being an expert with this. And that's just somebody you want to deal with. We work with a lot of divorce attorneys and other people in that realm, and that's what Emily's going to talk about here. So give it up for Emily. Flowers.
All right. So my husband is a genius when it comes to financial planners and building that financial wealth with your mortgage and all of those things. And I've listened to him for years and years and years, even when I was home with the kids for 14 of them. And then when I came on board and started learning the system and changing the way that we do things, because I'm not a salesman. I'm physically not able to do that. I like to mom the snot out of people. I don't know how to not be a mom, right? That's it. So the kids grew up and did their thing, and now I'm left with, what do? I'm going to mom the snot out of people. So divorce was a very great way for me to segue into that as well, because it's that caring aspect, right? You're nurturing somebody through this very difficult time, and at the same time, you're handling the largest asset they probably have, or assets, because there could be more than one. So in the divorce process, there's a ton of stay-at-home moms like me, or there's people that are in transitions, or something like that. And they have this property or these properties, and they're like, well, I want the house. Our kids were raised in this house, and I don't want them to have to change, and so on and so forth. Okay, well, let's take a look at that. Let's see if we can make that possible. Well, I haven't worked, and I'm probably going to get some support, and I'm probably, this is how we're going to do this, and this is how we're going to do that. And I'm like, okay. So you're going to be receiving support, and you haven't been working. So do you have 6, 8 months to wait while you sit there and collect that support? Because you're going to need 6 months of receipt and 36 months continuance after you close. So 42, 47 months, depending, right? Do you have time for that? No. Okay. So how else are we going to find a way to give you qualified income? Not income, because not all your income works like you think it does in the mortgage industry. It just doesn't. Oh, I make $4,200 a month. No, you don't. Not according to your W-2s and your pay stubs and this and that, or your commission checks and all of that. So how are we going to create this income? Well, he mentioned the Quadro, right? He mentioned you can do revocable trusts if you have some large assets that you can do distributions over time. We can create income. We can use the equity in a home to buy out the other partner and not have it go through the expense of a cash out refinance. Well, what? Right? So the divorce guidelines are very, very, very different than just the regular guidelines, your traditional mortgage. They make concessions for divorce. And not everybody knows the ins and outs. I was just talking about it today with another lender friend of mine. He's like, well, I have this divorcing couple and I can't do anything with them because they're not divorced yet. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Why not? Why? So we went over several scenarios as to why this could happen before, during, or after divorce. It's possible. So the other side of my divorce lending job is I get the privilege of providing continuing legal education hours for attorneys and mediators and what's called CDFA, so Certified Divorce Financial Analysts, which are financial planners that are certified in divorce, sort of like I'm certified in lending. So I get to provide continuing legal education hours so they understand where my place is in the process. So then I can actually help with that verbiage on that divorce decree that sometimes prevents clients from actually going through with that refinance that they were supposed to do 6 months post-divorce and can't because they don't qualify. So if I'm brought in at discovery and I'm able to walk through what they're going to need and how long they're going to need it and all of these things, and I can help provide that language, well then we're set up for success and we don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I can't refinance. You know, I can't buy that house that I said I was going to buy for our kids that I promised, and I can't. So those are the things that I specialize in. Yes, I run, they're barking at me over there. Yes, I do help run Carter's business, and I give him the support that he needs in our traditional side. But I do have this whole other side that that I get to do, and I'm very, very pleased to be able to provide that service for people. It's it gives me my heart, you know, a good feeling to do so, and I get to mom people still. So that's really all I had to say. I'm not as talky as my husband. So.
Yeah, you're giving it up for Emily. Emily has been a guest on the Your Little Castle TV show. This, what we're recording here, is another version, another rendition of the Your Little Castle show. It's a lot easier for me to produce in my studio. We built the studio in my house, but it's a lot more fun when you have an audience and people that you can really interact with and share with. And you know, we all like to be able to get in front of an audience and speak and share a little bit of our knowledge. So watch that full interview Emily has. It's a half hour. She's on the Rob Schmershall, who also helped run the office. He's also certified as a certified divorce loan professional, lady professional, loan professional? Lending. Both start with an L, right? But that's an area of expertise. And literally, I mean, how many people are in a situation they're going, I don't know what to do. And I just had a friend, he went through 8 years getting his divorce. 8 years. And finally, they went back and forth about who had ownership of the house and who got how much equity. Well, why would you spend? You don't want to be with somebody. You decided you want to end this relationship, but you're still tied to them for 8 years fighting over the house. So, good example there, I think, of what you guys really get to help people with and Dynamite. With that, now we are scheduled for a 15-minute break now. So raise your hands if you'd like to take the break, or if you'd like to get through. We only have 3 more speakers left. Myself, David's in the building, and then Michael Barands is going to really shut this thing down for an awesome close for us. It's going to be awesome. So, should we take a break? Yeah. Yes. Okay, let's take a break. We got water, soda, snacks up at the front desk if you want some snacks. But grab a soda, and we're going to be back in 15 minutes, everybody.